Hey guys, what's up? Today is December 31st, 2014, New Year's Eve, and today I am releasing a What's on My iPhone video. Over the last several months, I have made a lot of changes to my iPhone, not just in which iPhone I own, but just in what applications I've been using lately, and I've reorganized my phone, and I thought it was time to do an update video. The last one I did was back in September, a couple days after getting the new iPhone, and just thought this would be a good time to do this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button down in the description area, and tomorrow we're going to have a special treat. We are doing a What's on My iPad video that will be released tomorrow, but only part of it will be released publicly to YouTube. The full video will be released to Patreon. So if you do not support me on Patreon, you might want to consider supporting me. That's the best way to get full access content to these videos. This video, though, is public. This is the whole version. This is not a cut version. So if you want to see the whole What's on My iPad video that will be released tomorrow, click the link down below and become a patron and help support the channel. So let's dive right into what's on my iPhone. The first app on my iPhone is the calendar application. Nothing special about it, it's just the stock calendar app. I've used other calendar apps in the past and they all work, and they work really well, because I always seem to come back to the stock calendar app. Then in my navigation folder, we have Maps and Google Maps. I've used many different map apps. I think Apple Maps are great. They work really well. For a long time, I didn't even have a third-party mapping application because it was Google Maps built right in. Obviously, after iOS 6 and the whole debacle, which I never had a problem with it, but some people did, so I started just keeping both on my phone at all times. It's not a huge deal. They are there, though, if I need them. Then we get to my defaults folder. These are mostly all the apps that Apple gives you that I cannot delete. You know what all those are, so let's go to the second page of the folder. Down at the bottom is 1Password. That is a great password management app. It syncs between my desktop and my iOS devices. The iOS app is currently free, so if you want to check that out, it works really well. It works with Touch ID, so you don't have to, you type your password once, use Touch ID forevermore. Really nice feature there. Third page, I've got Find My iPhone, Google Voice, Tile, Keynote, and Scan. A couple that I want to touch on. Tile is an application to show me where things are that aren't iOS devices. So there are these little white tiles that you attach to an object, and it will actually locate those white tiles. It's really cool how it does it. It makes sounds, it can put it into lost mode, it will send out signal. It works extremely well. I don't think there's really anything else in here I really want to highlight. So let's go to photo apps. These are all my photography / video apps. So pretty much anything to do with the camera or editing of photos. First app is Photos. That's a stock app. That's what Apple gives you. Camera, same deal. Filmic Pro, probably one of the best video apps on the iPhone. I've done a video on this before. Link right below, and also link in the video's description. Cycloramic is an app that allows you to put your iPhone on a flat surface, and with the iPhone 6 you need the power brick. You stick it in between the two teeth of the power brick, and it will actually spin the iPhone a full 360 degrees and record a panoramic video or take a panoramic photo without you having to touch it. Adobe Color, great app if you just need to know, like, you're looking at a color, you're not sure what the code is, you want to use that color, you can use that and it will tell you the hashtag code. Movie Slate, don't use it much on the iPhone, but I use it more on the iPad. But the reason it's on here is because there's a chat functionality built in, and I use the chat functionality mostly on my iPhone. But Movie Slate, it's a clapperboard app. I've obviously also got it on my iPad, so that will be one of my duplicate apps. But it is a universal binary, so you buy it once, you have it for both. Effexio is a way to create CGI elements in your videos. So let's say you need a CGI dragon. You can do a CGI dragon. Now it's pre-made, it's already set up, ready to go. You just have to drop it into your film, align it up where you want it. You can't really customize it too much. You do have to buy the CGI elements. It's a free app, but then you buy the additional pieces. But it is a great app, and it's really easy to use. Next is iMovie. I've shown you that before. It's Apple's stock editor. Shot Lister is a great way for doing shot listing on the go. So not really using the camera so much, but it kind of tied into that category, and that's kind of why I stuck it in here. Same goes for Movie Slate. Doesn't really use the camera, but it fit into this category. Light Meter is an app that allows me to use the camera, and it will gauge the amount of light that's coming in or out, and it's a simple light meter. Afterlight is a photo editing application. The app is 99 cents. I recently just got this app, and it works really well. Most of the features are free. You do have to pay for some of them, but you can earn more by posting on Facebook and all sorts of stuff, or you can just pay for them outright. Photoshop Mix is a new one that I've not really played with much. From what I understand, it's kind of a mixture of Photoshop elements and the full-blown version of Photoshop. That was the way it was explained to me. I haven't really played with it enough to really know what it does, per se. Shot Designer is a great way if you are trying to figure out camera placement. You can use that. Most of the features are free, but if you upgrade to Pro, you get more features. I have the Pro version. I think it was like $20. Got me the Pro version. Big deal. Bluecam allows me to use Bluetooth to control other iOS devices' cameras from this phone, or vice versa. If I have my iPad and I want to control my phone's camera, I can use Bluecam to do that as well. Then we have Passbook, which I think most people know what that is. Then we have Apps Gone Free. This app allows me to see what apps have dropped in price to free. I haven't updated it in a while, and by update I mean like physically update the app, but they update the list of free apps every day. So it is kind of nice to be able to go through here, see what apps are currently free. They are time sensitive on some cases, but for the most part, if you do it within the day, you're good. Next up, we have my wallpapers folder. In here, I've got 2 generic wallpaper apps. As you can see, I mostly use patterns and all that kind of stuff. Very simple iPhone wallpapers. I'm not too keen on change, and I don't change it that often. App Store, I do browse that a lot. I'm app addict, if you will. So it lives on my home screen. Settings. Then we have my social folder. This is all of my social media apps. So Facebook pages, because I'm an admin on some Facebook pages, and it just makes it easier to update the pages through that. Remind is a text message service that allows me to send a mass text to multiple people. It was actually designed for teachers to be able to text their students, so the teacher didn't have to give out their phone number, and the students didn't have to give their number. It manages all the numbers. It knows who to send to. You don't see it, their numbers. I don't see, they don't see my number. It's really simple, really easy to send out those text messages. Locker Gnome is Chris Perlo's app. It's how he communicates with his gnomies. Tweetbot is my favorite Twitter client. I cannot stand the default Twitter app. Yes, I know it's free, but it is not a good experience. I want search. I want to know who's talking about me. that app shows me every single time. Messenger is Facebook's IM service. It used to be built into the Facebook app. They recently split it. In fact, I think in like iOS 7. So I just keep the app installed for when I need it. Instagram, not a huge Instagram guy, but you are more than welcome to follow me on Instagram. It's JT Laurie on Instagram. I'll put a link to my Instagram in the video's description. Hootsuite essentially is an app that allows me to manage multiple social media accounts from one account. So I sign into Hootsuite, all of my social media profiles are connected to it, and I can do whatever on that one application. So I use that mostly in tying to the Facebook pages that I manage, because a lot of those pages have a Twitter account tied to them. I can post it on Hootsuite and it will post automatically to Facebook and to Twitter. It automatically configures the posts for Twitter and for Facebook. Obviously it puts the longer version on Facebook, the shorter version on Twitter with a link to the full version. Twitterific is an app someone recommended to me. I gotta say it's nice. Still more of a fan of Tweetbot. I did pay for all the features. It was like $5, $4 maybe. Got me all the features. It is nice. It does send out push notifications very quickly. And then I've got every post. This is a brand new app. I haven't even played with it all that much. From what it sounds like, it's very much like Hootsuite. Then we have my productivity folder. In here, I have Dropbox, Paper Karma, which is what I use to scan junk mail and to keep junk mail from coming to my address. Drive, which is Google Drive. Don't use it that frequently, but it is nice to know that I have it on my phone when I need it. Camcard is an app that allows me to take a business card and take a picture of it, and will scan all the data off the card and put it in and create a contact in my phone for me. Clear is a to-do list manager. Doodle, I'm going to be doing a full-on video of Doodle in the next couple weeks. That app is, while the service is free, the app is not, and I don't know why, because the app is awesome. And it's by far one of the best ways to use Doodle. I'll be doing a more in-depth review of Doodle here in a couple weeks. Goodreader is an app that allows me to manage PDFs, but not only manage them, but I can also edit and manipulate the PDFs right on the iPhone or on the iPad. It's a universal binary. Carousel works with Dropbox. I just got it today, so I haven't really had a chance to play with it. Resident is for my community. We all use it to submit maintenance requests. Air sharing is just one of the best file sharing services on the iPhone to this date. In my entertainment folder, I've got Netflix. Been a Netflix subscriber for years, so it's a natural iPhone app for me. Videos, YouTube, Remote, because I have an Apple TV, Hulu Plus, I'm a Hulu Plus subscriber, Redbox, IMDb, Cinemark is the local movie theater around here, and I can earn rewards by putting my phone in a certain cinema mode, they call it, and it earns rewards and coupons because of that mode being turned on. Heads Up is a game that was created by Ellen DeGeneres. It's kind of fun. It's kind of, think of like charades. She plays it on her show all the time, where you hold the phone up to your own head with the screen facing away from you, and you have to try. People give you hints, and you try and guess what you are. In my music folder, I've got Pandora, Music, and Spotify. Pretty self-explanatory there. Travel is Flight Track, which is a great app for tracking airlines. Probably one of the best Flight Track apps out there. It's called Flight Track 5 in the App Store. On the phone, it's just called Flight Track. Then we have Fuel Finder. That app allows me to look at the gas prices in the area around me. TripIt, I think a lot of people know what TripIt is. It's a service. You create an account, and what's cool about TripIt is it will actually watch your email, and if it finds any emails like itinerary or a receipt for booking a vacation, it'll automatically send it to TripIt. No work having to be done, or you can email it to TripIt and it will automatically upload your itinerary for you. It works really well. I had an email come in for a vacation I'm planning to take next year in 2015, and within seconds it was in TripIt. So it works really well. Notes, I just have two. Evernote, which is by far one of my favorite apps to sync data between multiple sources. I'm a premium member of Evernote, have been for a long time. It works exceedingly well. Worth every penny that I pay for that. But it is free, or you can upgrade to the premium version. Notability, I've been using it on the iPad a couple months, maybe. It's been a while now, I guess. They made it so it's cross-binary, so it works on the iPhone and the iPad, and your notes do sync between it. I don't really use it much on the iPhone. I use it more so on the iPad just because it started out as an iPad app. It is a great application. Highly recommend it. I have done a full review of Notability. Link in the video description. My Disney folder. The first one is called D Point, and it says DVC. I'm a Disney Vacation Club member, so that is a great way to calculate the amount of points you need to use on your upcoming vacations. And then Disney World is mostly used in the parks. If you go out to the Disney parks, you need that app to work with the Magic Bands. In my shopping folder, just two, I've got Cartwheel, which is Target's savings app, and Walmart. In my Prezi folder, if you've never heard of Prezi, Prezi is the alternative to PowerPoint, and quite frankly, it kind of kicks PowerPoint's butt in a lot of ways. Prezi is the stock application that they give you in the App Store. It's free. And then Prezi Mode, I think, is like 99 cents, and you can actually control your Prezi with your phone. Script apps. These are apps that allow me to write scripts on my phone, or maybe in the case of Celtics, start them on the computer, it syncs to my phone, and I'm able to finish it on my phone. Explain Everything. This has been on the iPad for the longest time. They finally just made it cross-binary to where you can use it on the iPhone, and essentially allows you to take either a PDF or a PowerPoint, bring it in, record yourself talking, and draw on the screen as you're talking. Grocery Gadget, I'll open this one, is a grocery app. There are multiple different versions of Grocery Gadget. Essentially what you do is in this prepare mode, you mark off the ones that you want to buy. So let's say I needed ground beef, hash browns, and lemon juice. Then I can flip over to shop, and now it actually knows, because I've used these items before in my cart, in my list before, it knows what the price should be, and I can mark it off. And obviously if I go through and I find, hey, the ground beef's actually cheaper, I can go in and make that change on the fly. So really great app. I highly recommend this one. I would recommend just buying the paid version, because the free one, I forget what the difference is, but I'm pretty sure it's either like a limit on how many items you can have in a list or something like that. Just go ahead and get the full version. It's a definite worth your every penny on that one. Prismo, if I want to do any OCR or optical image recognition, optical character recognition, that is the app I use for that. Scanner Pro is what I use to take a physical page, or let's say someone hands it to me on paper, I want it electronically, I can scan it with Scanner Pro and email it to myself, and it works exceedingly well. I've used it for years and it works really well. Speed Test is an app that allows you to test network speeds. I've used it before on the channel. Keyring is my affinity cards. So let me just pop this open here for you guys. So, okay, I want my Office Max. They scan my phone, I'm out the door. It's really that easy. That app was out before Passbook ever existed, and Passbook, right as of now, does not support the ability to bring in affinity cards that you might already have. That app does, and it works really well. The Apple Store app, if you've ever been to an Apple Store, it works really well, exceedingly well actually, and it also lets you make your reservation for your devices through their app. I used that app most recently with buying the iPhone 6. I just made the reservations on the app. You could do in-store pickup, you could do delivery. It worked really well. Clipbook, brand new app, have not had a chance to use it yet. But essentially it sounds like it's a place that you can store little snippets of information. And deliveries, one of the best delivery tracking services I've ever found. It lets you avoid having to go to the deliverer's website. It keeps it up to date. Really easy, really one of the best apps. I think it's like $5, but worth every penny on that application. Then down at the bottom, I've got Messages, Phone, Mail, and Safari. Those are stock apps. I'm sure everybody knows what those are. And that is what is on my iPhone. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I made sure to record the full screen and I blackened out everything else around it, so you'd get the best viewing experience of what is really on my iPhone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. If you haven't yet become a patron, links for that are in the video's description. It really doesn't cost that much, more than a good cup of coffee. I figure was about $2. It's really easy to join Patron today and get full exclusive content that can only be found on Patron, like the full version of what's on my iPad. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.